Hey kindergartners, Mr. Bell here. All right, let's get started on your next project. And that is going to be freeform shapes. So think about shapes like clouds, maybe a broken piece of glass, maybe a spilled milk on the countertop. All right, these are all different kinds of freeform shapes. They're very organic, natural kind of shapes. And sometimes they're totally curvy. Sometimes they're very pointy. Sometimes they're a little bit curvy and pointy mixed together, like these two shapes. All right? And I also want you to think about your warm colors: pink, red, orange, yellow, and your cool colors: blue, green, and purple. So on this project, you are going to make a freeform shape. Make it up out of your own mind, what you want it to look like. It can be just curvy or just pointy, or it can be a mix of curves and pointy parts, which is what I like to do. I like to mix both together. And you are going to put some kind of design inside. I put curvy lines inside this one. And your freeform shape is going to be all just warm colors. So I outlined it with a red crayon, and I did my lines inside with pink and orange and pink and orange. You see the A-B pattern? A, B, A, B. A is pink, B is orange, A is pink, B is orange. And then I painted yellow inside, because that's another warm color. After that, I painted cold colors on the outside: greens, blues, and purples surrounding it. And that creates a contrast between warm colors and cool colors. Here's another one. A little bit different. Has a different design inside with a zigzag line and a straight line and the little circle dot things here. All right, those are pink actually. It might be hard to see, but those are pink. All right, I would save your warm colors just for the inside and the edges of your freeform shapes, and cool colors just for the outside. Okay, remember that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to make one of these. You're going to need a sheet of paper, and if you don't have paint, then you'll just have to do the whole thing in marker and or crayon, okay? But you can do the project even without paint. Just paint's more fun. Let me zoom in a little bit. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to start around over here. It doesn't matter where you start. One of the corners, the top or the bottom or the sides. And just start thinking about what you want your shape to look like. I'm going to put some curvy parts, and I'm going to put some pointy parts too. It's not really supposed to look like anything. It's just a freeform shape. It's just totally organic, and it's not supposed to look like anything realistic. It's just like an abstract shape. Then on the inside, I need to think about what design or what kind of little symbol or whatever. It could be hearts, could be stars, could be an A-B pattern. Whatever. You could write your name in it if you want to. Okay? You decide what you want to put inside. I'm going to put spirals. And you make spirals like this. Pretend like you're going to make a little circle, but you don't make the circle. You go past it. And yeah, I've got a spiral. I'm going to put one over here too. Ooh, it's a big one. I'll come over here and put one this way. Alright, maybe I'll put a little one here. I've got a little extra space. Maybe a tiny one here. Maybe a little one here. Alright, there we go. That's fine. Now I am going to pick the color that I want to trace the outside edge. And you want to push kind of hard with this crayon because you want it to show up really good. Because when you paint, You might not be able to see it if you press too softly. So, press hard. You really want that color to show up good. I'm going to come around this way and try to stay on the line, the pencil line, the best that you can. Yeah, I went off it a little bit there. That's okay. I can just go in here and fill that part in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just have fun. So we're using warm colors for the freeform shape. I'm going to keep going around. Turn your paper sideways whenever you need to. I move my paper all the time. I don't try to keep it still when I trace everything. Some people like to do it that way, and that's okay. Do whatever works best for you. I'm still pressing hard, so I'm doing a little. I'm not trying to do the whole thing really fast. I'm doing a little bit at a time. See, there's a section. We'll do this section. I can get it darker that way. I'm able to press harder. All right, I like that. I think that looks good. Now I'm going to get my orange. I'm going to make some of these orange, and I'm going to make some of them pink. And I'm not going to use a yellow crayon because I'm going to paint it yellow. Now, if you don't have paints, then, you might want to go ahead and color the background with crayon. And if you don't have paints, you might want to be tracing all this with marker. Trace all these with marker, and then use like a yellow crayon to color on top like that. That's a suggestion. I'm going to take my time, and I'm really going to trace this spiral really good. See how I'm turning my paper as I'm going around the spiral? There we go. Now let's make some of these pink. The pink's a little harder to show up, so you really have to press hard with this. I'm going to work my way backwards and go towards the center. It doesn't matter which way you do it. You could start at the end and go towards the beginning point, towards the middle if you want to. That'll work. I think I'm going to make all these pink and just leave this big one in the middle orange. But I could do orange in these ones if I wanted to. But I'm going to do it this way. Here we go. Get all the extra crayon bits off of there. Sometimes I use my fingernail and get it off. All right, let's take a look. Here we go. I've got orange warm color on the outside. I've got, red on the outside, orange in the middle, and pink around here on these. I could have used red in here too, if I wanted to. Okay, it is time to do the painting part. So always make sure you wash your brush off really good. Get some water on it. Drag it like this. Turn it. Drag it. Let the extra water drip inside. And now I'm ready to go into my yellow. Get some yellow on there. Looks like a little bit of green got mixed in there a little bit. Let's test it over here. Yeah, that looks yellow enough. We don't want any cool colors inside here, do we? No way. Just warm colors. So I'm going to use this red edge. That way I know where to stop. Here we go. Some more water on my brush. Get some more paint. I can paint, and you can paint right on top of the crayon. The crayon's waxy, and wax is a solid. And that's going to block out the watercolor paint. So you won't be able to cover up your crayon with watercolor paint. It blocks it out. Isn't that cool? That's science right there. We're doing a little bit of science and art mixed together in this project. Solids don't soak up water, they block it out. If you dipped a crayon inside a bucket of water, it wouldn't soak up the water, would it? Only something like a sponge can do that. Not a crayon. Crayon's too solid. It'll just block it out. You pull the crayon out of the water, and there won't be any water inside of it, just on the outside of the crayon, and eventually it would dry up or drip off. Paint around here. And be real careful that I don't go past that red line. You might want to trace your outside line with pink or orange. It doesn't have to be red. I could have done an orange outline and done red and pink on the inside. Or maybe you want to trace the outside with a yellow crayon and then do red and orange and on the inside and then paint it red. So whatever color crayon you don't use, that's the color you're going to paint inside. I like to do yellow because yellow shows up so good. It's so bright and it pops. So I like to paint the inside yellow. I think it looks best that way. I've tried the other colors before and it didn't look as good, I didn't think. There we go. Wash your brush off really good. Get all that paint off. Now I'm ready to do the cool colors on the outside. Remember the example. Cool colors. Green, blue, and purple. Now you'll notice this one, I did a green section, a blue section, and a purple section. I did them in a row. On this one, I did green right around the shape, then I did blue around the green, then I did purple last. So there's different ways that you can paint. On this one, I'm going to mix it up though. I do it a little different. I'm going to go into my red. I'm going to paint a section red. If you want it darker, you have to sometimes paint over it a second time. But the lighter green's okay too. So I'm going to do some green there. I'm going to do a little bit of green over here. Whoops, I accidentally got in there. I should have brought a paper towel over here so I could soak that up. There we go. Try your hardest not to paint past the line. I'm going to put a little bit over here. Again. I'm painting too fast. This is a good reason why you should paint a little bit slower. Because we all make mistakes, don't we? And that's okay. If that happens, if your paint goes over the line, it's no big deal. Just having fun making an art project, okay? Don't stress out about it. Just have a good time. And mistakes are fine. Alright, so I did some green. Now I'm going to go in and get some blue. I did wash my brush off first. Put some blue. I'm going to paint a little slower so I don't accidentally. Blue will show up too much if it goes on that yellow. Green's not such a big deal. Look, if the blue goes on top of the green, it makes blue green. I can even put some little blue dots on the green. I think that'll look cool. You put some blue over here. There you go. Put some blue dots on there. Make a blue-green color. And go on again. That looks neat. Put some blue over here. Very carefully. Put some blue in here. And put some blue over here. Some blue around here. Oh, that's going to look so good. Now all those parts I left white, you know what's going there, don't you? That's right, purple. So here we go. Paint some purple in here. And it's okay if the colors go on top of each other. Look, the purple goes on the blue, it turns into blue-violet. Because purple's also called violet. If you've ever seen a crayon that says blue-violet, that's blue and violet or purple mixed together. I guess you could call it blue-purple. There we go. Make sure you put something under your paper so you don't mess up your table at home if you're painting. I'm going to put some purple dots on the blue. Look at that. Some purple dots on there. And now. Alright, there we go. There it is. Cool colors on the outside, warm colors on the inside. Alright, kindergartners. You have a good time with this. I can't wait to see yours. Bye-bye.